Hello everyone, today I am making a video to give you updates on my Invisalign journey, to let you know how everything is going. I know it's been a while since I made a video regarding Invisalign, so I just wanted to share experiences and some tips that I have learned along the way. I also want to share an awful experience that I just recently had during my Invisalign journey, and then see what you guys think about this experience. What are your thoughts, your ideas, suggestions? So let's get into it. Regarding the Invisalign itself, everything has been going well. I am wearing my retainers right now as we speak. And I am happy to say that I'm seeing lots and lots of progress. Teeth are moving as they were supposed to, and I am seeing that a lot of my back teeth have moved. I have heard that for people that go with traditional braces, they actually had to get teeth removed, which hasn't been the case for me, or I don't even think is the case for Invisalign. I'm just happy to see that your teeth are actually, back teeth, are able to move with the actual treatment. You would think it's only plastic. Our back teeth are pretty tough, so they wouldn't move, but they are actually moving, and I'm pleasantly surprised to see all the progress that has caused, because that has made the additional space that we need in order for the front teeth to actually get in shape. With that, however, I had the issue that now I had to do constant flossing before I brush my teeth, just because there's a lot of food that gets in between these teeth. This is a new experience for me because everything has been so tight that I was flossing, but there was nothing getting stuck in between the teeth back there. Right now is anything that I eat, there's a lot of it in between, but I can see that is due to the fact that the teeth are moving as they were supposed to, which is a good sign. So besides that, the spacing in between the teeth, the routines are getting easier and easier with every day. I don't know if it's because I'm just more used to it or because I learned how to do it quicker. I am saying that as time has passed, the routine with brushing and having to remove the trays for eating and different things, everything has been smoother just due to the fact that I'm probably just getting used to it. I am going to actually remove my tray so that you can see, if you haven't seen before, removing the trays and putting them back in place, how that works. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, but now I'm faster at it, so that actually helps. So this is a tray that I'm wearing right now, and I want you to be able to see my teeth up close, so I'm going to try to do it as close as possible. This is the second tray for the bottom, and I can see a lot of movement, a lot of progress, especially on these ones. As you can see, there are attachments that go into my teeth so that they can hold on the trays. Some of these attachments have fallen off, and I was actually required to go back in and get some installed just because I wanted them there, because they were critical. It was one on this teeth, and I need movement on that one. I was told that this is the teeth that is most likely to not follow the treatment, so not having an attachment there was kind of a problem. So I was able to go ahead and get that replaced or installed not too long ago. Another thing that I wanted to share is things that had made this Invisalign process easier. So sometimes with these trays, you can find that maybe the tongue is not getting used to it, or the trays might be too sharp. Your mouth might not be used to it, and they can cut your tongue or on the sides of your mouth. So what I found is this amazing little invention. It's actually wax, but for your Invisaligns, or I'll say actually regular braces also. Looks like this. They come pre-cut, and what I do is I just if you have used Play-Doh before, if you have any kids, you just stretch it out and you just place it in the place that is causing the discomfort, and it actually smooths it out so that you don't have to deal with that. So apparently there's a lot of things that you can do to make the Invisalign process a little bit easier, and I am glad that these things are around. I don't use it all the time. It's just randomly some random trays that just don't fit as they should, which I'm gonna get into in a little bit more. So but everything else has been working well. Even though the trays and the process and the routine itself has gotten easier for me, there was an incident that I went through not too long ago. I'll say about 5 weeks. So I don't know if you guys know, but Invisalign's come in boxes that you are able to I just used. I'm gonna open this for you shortly, but they come, you will get the number of boxes that you actually need. Let's say 1 of 3, so you will go through box 1, then 2, then 3. I just finished going through all my trays on the first box, and I was so excited for that, ready to go into the second one. I go to the package that I received, and to my surprise, guys, the trays that I received from my place was actually not the right trays for me. They were somebody else's, so they didn't have my name. I actually live in Florida, so it had my last name, and I saw Orlando. We know that there is a city in Florida that is called Orlando. I just thought that the trays were coming from there, so I was actually not worried. I didn't notice the Orlando when I got the boxes the first time, but I didn't know they were actually somebody else's. And when I go that night and try to open the corresponding trays, I learned that they didn't fit. They were huge for my mouth. My teeth are pretty small, and I got all these trays, and I just couldn't understand why they were not fitting. So I tried the next set of trays to see if that would work, but they were not fit completely. So all these trays, guys, all these trays belong to somebody else. Somebody else that probably got my box or something, I don't know. But I decided to check the second one. Maybe I don't know, something happened, and then I find out that the box 3 of 3 also belongs to Orlando, not to me. So more trays that do not belong to me. That was quite the surprise. So I didn't know what to think of it. I started to think about what could have happened, and then I realized that Orlando was not the city in Florida. It was just somebody else. I waited until the next day. What I did was I went back to my old tray. So I was supposed to move to 16. I just went back to 15 and kept that in. The next day when I called, they actually had my trays in the office the entire time. So the place that I'm doing my braces on, they had my braces at their office. So this Orlando guy didn't actually take my Invisaligns. That was good news, but I was kind of disappointed because I'm paying a lot for this service. I went to a place that has a lot of great reviews because I didn't want any inconveniences. However, because of my work and the type of schedule that I have, I couldn't actually go pick it up. So I had to wait for a couple of days, about 3 to 4 days. So that was 3 to 4 days of wearing the number 15 rather than the 16. So I lost some days of that week. Once they come in, I actually get 2 boxes with my name and it has the right numbers. And I was pretty happy and excited. Yay, let's go back to it. But they were falling off. They were not attaching correctly. I don't know if it was due to some of the attachments not being there. So I get all of these trays. Amazing, you guys. before I go there, they told me to just dispose those, so just throw them away, which is surprising because you would think that if you're paying so much money for Invisalign, that they are valuable things that you don't just dispose because they cost a lot of money. But the fact that they told me to throw it away just means that probably that doesn't cost them that much to make them. Actually, Invisalign brand. I was pretty surprised. I was saving them for this video before I threw them away. But when I got mine, I waited a couple of days, and again they didn't fit correctly, and I don't know if something happened there. But I was willing to stay with them because I thought it was just due to the attachments. I made an appointment to get my attachments reinstalled. When I went to the office, they actually told me that they had to rescan my whole mouth once again. They didn't give me any explanation as to why. To my knowledge, I was going in just for the reattaching the attachments. They said that they had to rescan. They did the rescan. There was another incident in there in the office while they were doing that. The lady just started coughing like crazy and remove her gloves, of course, and then continued to cough, and then she put her gloves back on and she apologized to me because she had choke on saliva or something, and then she continued to work on my mouth. I'm not gonna go into details with that. I mean, she didn't cough on the actual gloves, but I was expecting her to actually wash her hands, so that didn't happen. I'm not gonna release the name of the company yet, but all these boxes that I got Invisalign, there's a lot of trays here. All of them are going to the trash. They just rescanned me, and they told me that I just needed to wait 2 to 3 weeks for my new trays to come in. So I lost 4 days. Then I was losing 4 weeks just waiting for new trays to come in. I waited for 2 weeks. And then I got a phone call from them saying that the scan that they didn't save, and that I needed to go back in for another scan because they needed to order my trays, which meant another 3 weeks. So I was about, say, 3 weeks behind, and then needed to wait for 3 more weeks. I was pretty upset at that point just because of all the time that I lost on my treatment, and all the customer service issues, all the mistakes that were happening. So I called and I complained, and I was pretty upset. But then it came down to me making the decision if I wanted to just end the relationship and go with somebody else, or if I wanted to continue and give them another chance. I thought about my auction. I could get my money back. All the money that I had paid, but I thought about continuing the treatment with another company. I don't know what surprises I was going to find there, and then I had already started with this company, so it was kind of complicated to find somebody else in the middle of the treatment, so I just continued with them. They actually had improved their customer service ever since. They had a person assigned to me because the situation was escalated, and that person sees me every time, and she's a manager, so now I'm getting better treatment throughout the process. So whenever I had to go in, everything is monitored by management so that the mistakes don't continue to happen. But that's pretty much what happened. I had to wait additional weeks. So again, go back to that old tray that I mentioned, 15. I had to stay with it for, I said, 3 weeks, and then the additional 3 weeks to actually get the new trays, which actually, guys, have come in. So now I have 1 box, 2 boxes, 3 boxes, and 4. So it looks like they got me ahead with some of these treatments. So I have more boxes than I had before, so now I have all of these, and I will continue with the treatment from there. They actually had me come in at that point so that they can reinstall the attachments because they didn't do it before. But at least I have the treatment. I'll move on and give them another chance and continue to work on that. But that was overall an awful experience for me because I didn't want to waste any time. and my treatment. I didn't want to go through all of this situation, but I did, and I wanted to share with you. Let me know what you think, and I do hope you enjoyed this video. You can leave comments, like, subscribe, and I look forward to making more videos like this for you guys. Thank you.